Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. So I'm back with another war, and today we are up against NVLN, or No Name. This is War 5 of Season 18. Going into this war, we are 3-1, and I have 3 deaths. So we're taking Path 3, and then in Section 2... Oh, there's also this Morning Star that I was going to take. I can't remember if I did or I didn't. And then there's that Medusa. And then we have a Mojo boss as well. So they're running Flow. As the moment I'm recording this, we finished 8 wars. We're in the middle of our 9th. And we still have yet to see someone that didn't run Flow with the Mojo boss. That's been every single war. So we are taking in Quake, Human Torch, and Namor. So you guys may remember the war that I already uploaded like a week ago, where I took a Human Torch on this node and it actually almost lagged out and the fight almost crashed because of some overheating issues, I guess, with my phone. I don't 100% know what it was. But in that fight, if I hadn't gone in with Namor, I would have died. So I learned my lesson, and now whenever I see Human Torch on this node, I'm too afraid of it lagging out again, so I'm going to use Namor every single time. And you'll see why, just because like a 10-hit combo just absolutely demolishes it. We're going to miss the last hit of the special one there, but since we didn't block it, he still doesn't get smolder, so it doesn't actually really do anything. We just lose like 25%. So now I think we're just going to block the entire L1 because honestly, we only lost 5% there, so it's not really... it doesn't really make a difference. So now we're going to finish a 5-hit combo. This L2 would have easily killed him, but we got to our special 3. So I'm going to throw that. We're not going to get any healing from it because the opponent dies from but if he'd survived at like 1% and then died from the bleed damage on my medium right before, then I would have healed about 10%. So that would have been nice. But 37-1, just that one hit from the L1. So now we're going in against a OG Vision an OG Ultron, and I actually misclicked. So after checking on the fight, I was gonna switch into Quake, and luckily all 3 champs that I brought here worked. If I'd brought someone like Guillotine for this war and forgotten to click over, there would have been just like an instant death. But luckily, that's not what happened. So we are running Suicides, which means that the length of all the Incinerates is much lower. So here we're trying to activate the Evade. We do get it off, and now we're going to go for 3-hit combos. Oh, not 3-hit combos, okay. 3-hit combos is probably the smartest way, looking back at it. I also noticed, I believe this guy's running Suicides. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he is. We're going to go for that heavy charge. He's going to evade the last hit. He actually is running Suicides. Good, I thought so. Smart placing robots when you're running Suicides because they don't even know until you throw a special attack, which if you place someone on all or nothing is never a thing that happens. So he's almost down. He is at 20%. We're dealing with the evade pretty nicely. Going to throw off that L2. Of course, we made sure that it lined up well with the evade timer so that there was absolutely no chance of him evading in the middle of it, and he didn't, luckily, because I was smart about it. I could have very easily taken this ghost on that node. Oh, it looks like it has to load in before it starts. Yeah. And now you guys are going to witness the worst fight in my career in MCOC. So I see a Medusa on this node, and this should be a complete joke. We are going with attack and health boosts. Let's skip ahead. This is kind of boring. Yeah, so here's the start of the fight. There's nothing on this node, and you guys are going to see, spoiler alert, I die in this fight. We get incredibly close to winning, but I think we mess up 3 times in this fight. And at this point in the fight, I'm at 30%, he's at 80. I'm like, okay, I have to play perfect Quake if I'm going to survive. I get hit another time, and now I'm at 12%, still losing 15 per second from Suicides. She's at 59. I'm like, okay, this fight's over. If she had Assassin placed while she was on defense, then I would have died earlier, and I wouldn't have gotten so much damage off because one of my evades would have very likely failed. But now she's down to 32%, and at this point in the fight, I'm like, okay, I haven't made a mistake in a while. I go for that heavy attack. I knew it would push her to the L1, but I just wanted to try to delay there. And if you watch right here, so she the L1. Let's go back, right? I use the heavy, and then I bait the L1 right here against the wall. And then I'm spamming. Okay, so right there, I go in for one attack and I back off. I am spamming the heavy button. I don't know what was happening. The inputs were just not going in. I was spamming the absolute hell out of the heavy button. I tried it once. I'm like, oh, it didn't activate. I tried it again. It didn't activate, and then she came in and hit me. So unfortunately, we did take a death there, which is pretty bad. I can't blame like the game not working for my death. It did not work, and that is why I died. But if I hadn't played so bad with Quake the rest of the fight, then I wouldn't have died. But that is going to be it. We're going to clean up with Human Torch because we will be using Quake again. But it's just a simple 3 hits in the end. Medusa goes down. So now, I believe the next fight is the mini-boss. So yeah, this is Captain Marvel, and you guys know my history against this node. Of my last 10 deaths in Alliance War over the last 3 seasons, I believe that 4 of them have been to this node. So it doesn't really matter who they place on this node. I've died to Warlock, I've died to Wasp. I just have a horrible track record against this mini-boss with unblockable and debuff immunity. But in this fight, you guys will be maybe surprised. After such horrible quaking in the first fight, somehow I managed perfect quaking for an entire fight, I believe. I might take 1 hit, but I don't think I do, actually. So now we're just waiting out the debuff immunity. So it actually lasts for 2 cycles. So now we're in on our 3rd cycle. She's no longer debuff immune. But we're just going against the wall, trying to ignore the unblockable and just play the same regardless. She's actually not a control champ, so even if I crit her with the heavy, she can't get to a bar of power, so it doesn't really matter. And right here, we're going for 1 last cycle, so 1 more is going to kill her, I believe. And then we should be good. So this fight will take about 1 minute. I believe this is a rank 5 as well, so there's not really anything that can make this node hard, or with her on it hard. But yeah, we got through that luckily with perfect quaking. I did get 8 hits on the opponent, but it does mean I played it wrong. And now this guy actually went in against this Domino, and he died, so I decided to go in. He lost Warlock, and I gave him a chance to go back in. I gave him about 5 seconds. He didn't, so I just assumed he wanted me to take it. He might have still been loading out, I don't know. And Namor is actually a great counter for Domino, as long as you don't go with a 5-hit combo ending with a medium. So there, that was a light attack. I think, I'm not sure, because if you inflict a bleed onto Domino, then she has a chance to purify it and gain power. So we didn't do it there, and it's just a simple like 15 hits and she goes down. So now let's go into the next fight, and this is Stun Immune Dormammu on Counter Tactics and Stun Immunity. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then I believe there's also Breakthrough on this node. In hindsight, Human Torch, probably a faster fight. But there, you guys can see that's not an edited clip. What happened is I hit start on the fight, and then it instantly timed out. So I took a screenshot, but then I ended up checking it right here, and it didn't count that as a death. It was just a game lag, and for some reason, the system just needed to reset. So you guys saw 3 attack bonuses remaining, which means that I didn't lose any health. Not really sure what that glitch was, but now I'm pretty confident after that Captain Marvel fight, so going in here I knew I could quake this very well. So we are going to do this. So I didn't upload a video, but I did talk about it on stream. I did solo a huge mini boss in 6.4, Dormammu with Quake, and it was a fight I was not expecting to win, but Dormammu is one of the easiest champs in the game to quake. I just love the way his animations look, and they're so satisfying as well. But now he's down to 59. If not for the armor ups, he'd actually be taking a little more damage. But yeah, it's a pretty safe fight. I did actually miss time right there. So what I decided to do is I decided to parry rather than take a hit. So I parried and then went into my heavy. That is actually a viable way to Quake if you don't want to activate Dexterity, as long as the opponent doesn't start spamming heavies after you start blocking. Now he is down to 35%. I believe he did actually catch me with one hit right there, but to my knowledge, this is Quake's last fight in this war, so it doesn't really matter. So this fight actually took a lot longer than I thought it would, and that's because of the armor ups, so we just need one more cycle and this guy's going to go right down. 9% left. Yeah, the cycle is definitely killing him. So that was a nice fight. I think I have a couple more Dormammu's coming up this season because he's kind of getting a resurgence in Alliance War Defenders since he got kind of nerfed on defense by Blade being introduced, and he got buffed by Flow coming in, is what I meant. But now we have this Killmonger, and this was a horrible placement, like horrible placement. Why you put this guy on this node? He can't regenerate. Strike back does not help him because you want to push to L2 anyways. I honestly could not tell you why this alliance put him here. There's absolutely no reason. There's not physical resistance. There's a little bit of armor, but that doesn't really matter. We're not hitting very hard, but it's just such a safe fight that it doesn't really matter that you're not hitting very hard. So I made sure to go for the double medium there because I wanted him to get a surge of power. When I fight Killmonger, I try my best to push to special 2 as often as I can. So I know that the special 3 is not going to give him any power, so he's still going to be below 1 bar of power. And the goal is to just get to another special 3, and then we should be good. So we're at 17 charges, so I did not expect to get it right there. And I actually was looking for a nice cycle, but he didn't throw his L2, so despite the fact that we got a high roll on the regeneration, not a high roll, like a high start, because he was at 2 bars of power when the reverberation started, we weren't able to capitalize on that and reverse it at all. But now we're trying to get to our special 3 right there. There's a way I could have played that right with hitting on his block, and it would have been smart. But I didn't adjust in time to be able to use that power to throw my special 3 before Imperious Rex. So I do end up getting Imperious Rex to throw my special 3, and he was indestructible. I knew that. I was just trying to get rid of his charges. So we heavy to get off another 3, and a double Fury. So this special 3 animation takes about 10 seconds each time. It's so worth it for the damage that it doesn't really matter unless you're fighting against Safeguard. So now we're throwing one L2, and it didn't do very much damage except for the last one, which did 30k damage. Luckily, I only got 1 bleed on that special 1. If I'd gotten a few more, then he probably would have gotten to a special 3 there, and I would have been dead. So now he is at... he's dead, and there's 32 seconds left. So you'll kind of see at the beginning of the fight it was going a lot slower, but it really picked up at the end. I also could have taken the sim right there with Torch, but Thing is like 10 times better for that matchup, so we had a Thing come in and take it. So now the clip needs to load again, but we did take home the victory against No Name. Good job to them. They died 11 more times than us, so we died 26, they died 37. But that is going to be it. Shout out to Legend, Killshot, and Rambo for the 3 MVP spots. I got close. I got 7 attacker kills, so it's not that bad. And that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this war, and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with another war video and stream. But as of the end of this war, we are 4-1, and we have 4 deaths on the season. We picked up 1 against that Medusa today because I suck. But that's going to be it.